Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your MLB baseball preview and prediction for a Saturday, July 17th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Sign up today at bullpenpicks.com. Follow the top pickers. And right now, your top pickers at Bullpen Picks is Madge R. Wayne here at 770. It's a Maine's World, Jermaine Brown at 741. And there's my good friend Eddie Musk here. Musco at hockeypicks.com is at 732. And folks, I went 11-3 yesterday, and you can follow my picks each and every day. Go to Most Followed, look for the Expos logo, and there's Ronnie Ray right there. And you can follow my picks each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. All right, also, we're running a promo here. If you look at the top of the video here, you're going to see a 20% off ATS Stats membership. And folks, now with your membership, you will get picks inside the members area. In fact, we had a really good night last night. Our 5-star best bet was the Boston Red Sox, and we cashed in on our 2-team parlay. We had a nice underdog, Seattle Mariners, plus 157, and we had the Houston Astros, and it cashed a nice ticket. And folks, you can get all of our picks. We got the 5-star best bet, a 10-star game of the week, which is only released once a week, the 4-star over-under game of the week, the 2-team parlay of the day, which was a nice winner yesterday, the system play of the day, and our upset special, the underdog play of the day, and that's for all the sports. And guys, only for $99 a year, and you get 20% off. Use promo code FB, that's F as in Foxtrot, B as in Bravo, 21, and get 20% off your next membership package. All right, let's get on to the show. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, this is a Major League Baseball podcast, and what I do in this show is I give you all the information leading up to today's game. There's information that you can use for your side bets, your over-unders, market strategy, also taking a look at the market conditions and what the bookmakers are seeing. And I always finish up with the Trends Are Your Friends segment, and hopefully we can get some good trends for you here today. All right, here we're going to kick it off with the SBI, the Sports Betting Industry Index, and this is my Dow Jones. Every time I log in each and every day, I want to see what has come in baseball the day previous. And yesterday, since it was the first day back since the All-Star break, you can see the favorites just picked up where they left off, 9-6. Yesterday for 60%, the favorites 10-4-1 to the over. So as you can see right here, the over having a really good run yesterday, hitting at 71%. And the favorites, if you look at the favorites, the last 7 days, 60%. If you look at the year to date, 58.5, and the 2-month average, 61.3. So favorites seems to be what you want to look at. But keep in mind, you will get a big run on favorites, but you will get that dog day. And normally Saturdays, what I like to do, if I see on a Thursday and a lot of game one of a series, I'll take a look at some dogs here, because not favorites don't win forever, and that's look at the home teams, and normally home teams during the weekend. All depends who's playing, right? But stay away from, well, not stay away, but watch out for favorites. You don't want to stay favorites if they're winning at a 60% rate, right? But you got to pick your spots, and remember, every day is not a Picasso. All right, let's get on to the baseball preview show and what we do here in this segment. And folks, you want to learn about the Raymond Report? You just go to atsstats.com. Under tools, you're going to see, is it tools or, let me see here. I thought it was picks or tools here. I thought it was tools. There it is. No, wait, odds. There it is. The RR system. If you go to the RR system, you're going to see the video. Man, it must be a Saturday, eh? We're right out of the gate. We're a little, I got to get those 3 coffees in me before I get going here. But you go to odds, you go to the Raymond Report system, and you will find a tutorial on how to learn about the Raymond Report sports betting system. And it's all there. In fact, I will put it in the description to give you a little Coles Note version on how it works. All right. Here we go. We're going to kick it off with the Minnesota Twins taking on the Tigers. Now, that was supposed to be a doubleheader today. It's going to be back here today. It was rain delay, postponement, actually. And now in game number 1, you have a 110 pitch. You got Charlie Barnes is going to go up against Jose Urena, who was supposed to go yesterday. And we still like the Twins here. 5.4 to 4.1. The over-under at 9.59. And let's see here, looking at the Tigers before the All-Star break, they were on a 4-game losing streak, while Minnesota was on a 4-game winning streak. All right, Texas Rangers taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, the Blue Jays got some good news yesterday. They'll be able to head back home after a long, 16, 18 months, and they will be playing their first game at the Rogers Center, or Rogers, I call it the Sky Dome. It's still the Sky Dome. With all these new stadiums and new names, it's hard to keep up with them, right? I do my best, though. If you look down here, I always try to keep up with the names of the place, so the Rogers Center and Toronto. So July 30th, or the 30th or 31st, one of those 2 days, they will be back in Toronto, and it'll be fun to see the Toronto Blue Jays back here in Canada. All right. So last night, Blue Jays, man, maybe they want to stay in Buffalo if they're winning at this rate. 10-2 winner last night against the Texas Rangers. You got Hyun-Jin Ryu going today up against Colby Allard, and we talked about this game yesterday. Robbie Ray looking good so far this season for the Toronto Blue Jays. Sometimes when you go to a place and you're traded or you're signed as a free agent, it's just a right fit. And for now, Robbie Ray is a nice fit in Toronto. And today's starting pitcher, you got Hyun-Jin Ryu, who's 10-7 for the Blue Jay when he starts. And when Colby Allard starts for the Rangers, they are 1-6 in his starts. Texas on a 3-game losing streak. And if you look at my line on the game, I had the Blue Jays at -154, and they are -225. And looking at the total, we do have the Blue Jays winning here, 5.3 to 3.2. The over-under at 8.58. The over-under this game is 9.5, so we do like it to go under the total. And your Kogo is at 51%. Oakland taking on the Cleveland Indians. Now, the Tribe, a road underdog in this spot. I had them listed at +108. You can see they're about 160. Oakland's a 180 chalk. And looking at the computer forecast, going to go with the road underdog in this one. Going with the team that lost last night 5-4 in Game 1 of the series. And we have Cleveland 3.9 and Oakland 2.8. The over-under set at 6.7. Frankie Montas going to go here today for the A's. He'll be up against Cal Quantrill of the Cleveland Indians. Oakland now on a 3-game win streak. Chicago taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now the Cubbies winning last night 5-1 against the D-backs. Zach Gallen going to go here today for Arizona. He's up against Adbert Alzolay of the Chicago Cubs. And looking at 40 previous games in the system, the computer pick going to go with the home team here. Arizona 4.6 to 3.9. The over-under at 8.6. 42% chance of winning according to the Raymond Report law of average theory, compared to 86% for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And if you look when Gallen goes for Arizona, they are 2-7 to his start, 7-2 to the over. And for the Cubs, Alzolay 5-10 when he goes for the Chicago Cubs. So not really a great record for the Cubbies, who are 45-46 on the season. Those scrappy Miami Marlins winning yesterday 7-0 against the Philadelphia Phillies. And that must have been the second game of the, because they split those doubleheaders yesterday. So they won the second one. And looking at today's starting pitcher, Zach Thompson going up against Vince Velasquez of the Philadelphia Phillies. And if I recall correctly, Velasquez had a pretty good start in the last game. I don't know if it was, I thought it was the Yankees. But yeah, I remember him having a pretty good start. And -107 is the price here. 9.5 is the over-under. ATS forecast computer pick going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies, 5.3 to 4.1. The over-under at 9.51. The Kogo in this game is at 39%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. In game number 2, Tigers 5. The Twins 1. The over-under at 7.1. The Mets taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Bucks shocking the Mets last night, 4-1 at PNC Park. And today, Will Crow's going to go up against Tyler McGill of McGill and McGill. A little Better Call Saul segment there. And looking at the computer pick out of 19 previous games, 4.7 to 4.3. The over-under at 9.11. And the Mets now on a 3-game losing streak, while the Bucks on a 3-game win streak. San Diego taking on the Washington Nationals now. I thought the Chargers left San Diego, but yeah, no, they showed up last night against Washington, and they put 24 runs against the Nationals, and it was a 24-8 win. Man, when was the last time you saw 20-some points? I know it only happened a couple times this year. Blake Snell going to go today for the San Diego Padres. He'll be up against Patrick Corbin, who's going to toe the rubber for the Washington Nationals. Now, the Nats on a 5-game slide right now. They had a pretty good run in the month of June and early July, but you can see last night, a little shell shock there with 24 runs against. And you know what? This is a great classic spot for Washington and the under. You know, when you see a game like this, people are going to be all over the over today when you see that there was 31 runs or 32 runs scored in the last game. Look at the under today. Maybe what's the total in this game? It's at 9.5. I'm going to give it a hard look here today. But for the computer, it does like San Diego, 4.9 to 3.4. The over-under at 8.39. All right, Milwaukee taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Now, these two teams met last week in Milwaukee, and I think the Reds took the series. Now, let's see if we're going to have a series sweep for the Brewers, because they took game number 1, 11-6. Brandon Woodruff going up against Luis Castillo here today for the Cincinnati Reds. Computer pick, going to go with the Brew Crew, 4.9 to 2.6. The over-under at 7.58. And looking when Castillo goes for the Reds, they are 5-13 in his starts, 12-5 for Milwaukee when Brandon Woodruff goes for the Brew Crew. Baltimore taking on the Kansas City Royals. Now, I do have a great trends are your friends segment on the Royals, but I'll get to that in just a few minutes. And looking at the line of this game, almost identical as yesterday. 150 is the price tag on the Royals. The over-under at 9.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna go with Brady Singer against that very popular pitcher, undecided, for the Baltimore Orioles. And the Orioles now on a 5-game losing streak. 7 of their last games have gone over the total. And your Kogel's at 32%. My line on the game, I had plus 139 for Kansas City. Boston, our 5-star best bet was last night on the Boston Red Sox, and it was a 4-0 win for the Bull Sox, who were going to send Nathan Eovaldi up against Garrett Cole, who looked absolutely fantastic in his last game against Houston. In fact, he went the distance, threw over 159 pitches, I believe. And looking at the price tag today, 153 is the number on New York. The over-under set at 8. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to go with the Bronx Bomber here, 5 to 4.84. The over-under at 9.84. Be careful in this one here tonight. Boston is now 7-0 against the Yankees this season. And, when a team has your number, they just have your number. And looking at my price on the game, I had minus 105 for the Yankees, but I had minus 185 for Boston. Houston taking on the Chicago White Sox. Houston was one of our 2-team parlay selections yesterday with Seattle. Nice big price cash out right there. And White Sox going to send Lucas Giolito here today up against Jake Odorizzi of the Houston Astros. We do like the White Sox in this one, the Southsiders, 4.67, 4.61, the over-under at 9.28. And looking at Houston right now, 2-game win streak, and Correa makes a big difference when he's in the lineup. San Francisco taking on the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals losing last night 7-2 to Kevin Gossman and the San Francisco Giants. And Anthony DeScalafani going to go here today. They're 13-5 in his starts up against Kwang Young Kim of the St. Louis Cardinals. And looking at some of the numbers here, San Fran on a 5-game win streak, and we have the home team winning today, 3.96 to 3.65. The over-under at 7.61. And looking at my number, I had minus 214 for San Francisco, and you get them at minus 118. So you're getting a little bit of a discount here today. Tampa Bay, nice comeback win yesterday for the Rays up against their former teammate Charlie Morton. Josh Fleming going to go up against Max Fried here today for the Chop Shop. And looking at the side number here, 116 is the price tag on Atlanta. The over-under set at 8.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to go with the Rays, 3.67 to 3.4. The over-under at 7.07. 37% chance of winning for Tampa Bay. And that's based on the law of average theory of the Raymond Report. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, what goes up must come down, and the chances of winning, the formula we put into this is based on teams getting back to 500, because they can't win forever and they can't lose forever. So it's trying to find that happy medium. 59% chance of winning here for Atlanta, whose last 3 games have gone over the total, and your Kogo in this game's at 40%. Dodgers taking on the Rockies. Now, the Dodgers putting a 10 spot on the Rockies last night. 10-4 win at Coors Field. Walker Buehler's day off going up against Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies. And we do like the Dodger Blue in this one. 5.9 to 5.8. The over-under at 11.75. 45% chance of winning compared to 19% for the Dodgers. That's because they're on a 3-game win streak, and their last 3 have gone over the total, which makes the Kogo at 43%. And your last game of the evening will be a, let me see here, 9:07 start on the West Coast. The Halos taking on the Mariners. Now, Seattle going to send their one of their top pitchers, Yusei Kikuchi, to the hill up against Alex Cobb of the LA Angels. And they are 9-4 in his starts, 9-4 to the over, while the Mariners are 8-8 in Kikuchi starts. And looking at my number, 116 is the price tag on the Halos, and minus 101 for the Mariners. All right, let's get to the segment of Trends Are Your Friends. And let's see if we have any friends here today. And this is what I was telling you about earlier in the Kansas City Royals one, right? The Royals are 12-1. 12-1 as a 140-160 home favorite, coming off a win in Game 1 of a series the last 10 years. So this is a very solid trend here for the Royals. And let me see here. The Astros, 10-1 to the over as a 100 to 120 road underdog, coming off a game where they allowed 1 run against in the last 10 years. So the over today in the Astros game. Athletics 9-1 as a 160-180 home favorite after a conference game the last 5 seasons. And I'm going to try to find, let me see here. The Diamondbacks 12-2 to the over as a 120-140 home dog, coming off a loss the last 2 seasons. And I always like the current season trends. Here's one on the Nationals. You know what? This could be a good one here today. The under is 11-2 for Washington as the home team, coming off an over. So the law of average theory right there, 84.6% to the over, and that is on the under here. The 84.6 to the under on the Nationals San Diego game after a game that went over last night. It went over by 32 runs scored in that game. All right, folks, don't forget you can get my 5-star best bets each and every day, along with my 4-star underdog plays, the dog of the day, the parlay picks. You can get the system play of the day, and the let me see here, what else? The 5-star best bets, and maybe a 10-star will go here today. And again, the 10-star plays only come out once a week, and we try to make it pay, right? Make it count, like the top of the podcast header says. All right, folks, there you have it. That's the baseball show here today for a Saturday, July 17th. A little bit of a rundown. Hopefully it's a lot of information for you to kick you off on the right foot, and hopefully cashes you a winning ticket tonight when you step up to the window and you cash that winning play. All right, don't forget, you can always subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. In the meantime, enjoy your Saturday. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers.